Hello, great people. Welcome back to our channel. We are so excited to have you again. The issue of battling banditry and herdsmen in Yoruba land has become an issue of great concern, considering the fact that they have turned the place upside down to a point that even the Ogun State residents have decided to find solace in Benin Republic. It has never happened before, but guess what? It's happening right in our face. And the Yorubas have decided to rise up, and they have called on some very key people, and they said that, hey, they can no longer take what these guys have done thus far again. Look, we are going to look at the new set of people who have decided to amalgamate together to see how they can forestall peace in Yoruba land and send packing those herdsmen who are involved in all the banditry activities that is happening in the southwestern state of Nigeria. All right, but before we continue with details of the news, we'd like to encourage you to please subscribe to our channel. According to the news, as the nation searches for a lasting solution to the myriads of security challenges facing it, traditionalists in Ogun State have expressed their readiness to put an end to killing, kidnapping, and banditry in Yoruba land. Ogun State and other states in Nigeria are currently battling with the herders, farmers clashing, as well as the incessant killing of innocent persons by bandits carrying AK-47 rifle. Security agents and government at all levels seems to be overwhelmed as reports of death, injuries, abduction, and carnage keep hitting the media space with no end in sight. This even resulted in some Nigerians starting agitating for self-defense, asking the government to allow everyone to carry arms. But leader of the traditionalists in Ogun State says they have what it takes to save the state and Yoruba land from the security calamities. The traditional worshipper believe the southwest region got it wrong when it placed so much preference on Western religion, ignoring the religion of the African society. Speaking in an interview in Abeokuta, the Olu Isese of Ogun State, Dr. Ifarotimi Adefa Bola, disclosed that there are many deities that could be called upon to rise for the defense of the Yoruba race. Adefa Bola, who recently bagged an honorary PhD award at the African American University, Tr0uble, Republic of Benin, said, "Our religious extremism has caused us a lot of setback. We have jettisoned all we inherited from our forefathers because of Western religion. That is why these herdsmen are killing us like mosquitoes. We have a lot of deities to call upon, and they will all rise for our safety whenever we are in trouble. But we have let go of all of them. Some people say there is no war. We are in a war already. We only need to call on the gods of our ancestors, and I know they are already standing up for us." In his word, Oba Esegun of Obada, Chief Ololade Sunday, emphasized that no bandit will be able to wreak havoc in the entire Yoruba land if traditionalists are allowed to employ spiritual power in confronting them. Sunday stated that the killing of Yorubas could only happen in communities where the monarch have no regard for tradition. In such communities, the traditional leaders opine that the Obas have forgotten the gods and are no longer making atonement to appease them. He explained that the popular activist Igboho could not have embarked on the mission to rescue the Yoruba race if he was not with the necessary spiritual power. If we look critically at some towns where the king are traditionalists, killing and kidnapping will not happen in their domain, but in those places where there are killings, they have no longer respected tradition. Sunday Igboho did not believe in anything aside from God and the power of our ancestors. We have some places in Yoruba land where many cows die mysteriously. Nobody killed them, but there was a kind of spiritual intervention after due consultation. If all pastors, imam, and oba will allow this same supernatural intervention everywhere, the bandits and the killer herdsmen will flee our land voluntarily. However, Ololade added that there is a need for government involvement before traditionalists can perform some rituals, saying that they don't have the right to pronounce or declare curfew, which will not allow the innocent populace to be affected whenever it is time to lay spiritual ambush for those perpetuating evil in the Yoruba land. Wow, this is a serious issue for me. I believe that all religions in Nigeria have been allowed to operate, but it's important for us to understand that we have been given enough wisdom to run our shows as human beings. Whether there are religion, whether there are traditions and all of that, let's be realistic about this whole thing. The United States of America, is it that they are also making use of this kind of things? I'm not disrespecting any statement made by anybody, but let's be realistic now. These same people were in place, these so-called deities were in place, and they came and took over the entirety of Nigeria and colonized us the way the white likes and deceive us the way they like and all of that. I feel that man has been created with all it takes to supply solution to all its problem. Yeah, there is a space for the supernatural, but hey, let's be real. We can handle this. It takes nothing to handle this. I tell you that if the government will that this whole issue of Fulani herders and all of that should come to a standstill, it can be done stresslessly. We don't need to let blood out of people's body. We don't need to kill anybody. By virtue of laws put on ground, a lot of things can be controlled, and you'll be so shocked the level of peace that we'll be enjoying in this country. We don't need to go consult anything, and before you know, it have some kind of terrible repercussion on the people and all of that. All of a sudden, they say, on so day, nobody should go out, or on this particular day, nobody should go out, or we want to do this. Those things are old and archaic. They are uncalled for. They are totally uncalled for. The state government and even the local government, if they decide today and said, well, we have to make up our mind to curb insecurity in our area, with laws put in place, and also empowering those who are in the area of protecting the territories of our state, this whole issue that we're talking about will be a thing of the past. We don't need to involve any funny thing so that tomorrow, all of a sudden, they say it's now in our constitution that every year we have to offer sacrifice and all of that. Nobody needs all of that. The government, the issue is if we must do the right thing. Anytime we have the privilege of voting, anytime we have the opportunity of voting, let's vote in the right people. Because I tell you that if today President Muhammadu Buhari decides to correct some of the ills in our society, it won't take him anything. You don't need to go and bring in anybody to solve this issue for us. It won't take us anything to fix these whole issues that we are having staring at our faces. Look at the issue of talking about they should get good weapons for our own military to work. Up till today, storytelling here and there. We don't even know where the monies are. Today, this one will come up and say, they will say, I did not see it and all of that. Man, all of these are uncalled for. Let's look at our brain. God has given us the brain to fix any of man's issue. From the days of John the Baptist till today, men were still the one running the show. If we need support from the spiritual, it's just a very myopic one. But hey, we've got all it takes. So for me, I don't support that. Sorry if you support it, but me, I don't support it. Let's handle this thing as human and we'll get it done. That's just it.